burger with the beef cutlet, salad, I have no idea what that was. Spicy fish egg, mochi as dessert, miso soup, rice, ororo to be put on the rice, also wasabi sauce, soy sauce. And yeah, you cook this, put this on top of this. So for a minute, so it's nice and ready, seared a minute on both sides. Oh, that is tender. Even without any sauces, anything. Oh, good. Try it with the wasabi. It's actually even better. Okay, worth the wait, worth the wait. So having everything here, you can see ramen here, and this round I went with the times 20 because I've had the times 10 before. It was okay, but I think I really want something spicy since the weather is so cold. And I got a Coke, water. So is there a dispenser here? I also have a half-boiled salted egg, which is something I haven't tried yet. Okay, let's mix everything together. Looking nice and red now. So let's just try the soup first, just to see how spicy it is, if it even is. This is nice. Has a slight kick for me to it, but I think most people, this is gonna be way over the threshold. But I do like it when it's this spicy, because if there's no kick, I feel like it just isn't spicy enough. Especially now in this 4 degrees Celsius weather in Osaka, this really hits the spot. So I have the soft-boiled egg here, and put that in, break it up halfway. Here you get a jammy yolk, dip it in the soup, some char siu. We're going to try and get a perfect bite by having a bit of char siu, the jammy yolk, some noodles, and the soup obviously. That is amazing, like really amazing. Definitely worth a trip here, even though locals do say it's overrated and they don't really like it, but I think if you're a first time to Japan and you just crave something hot and yummy, this definitely hits a spot. But at the same time, I would actually suggest you go for maybe a mild spice, half or 1 to 2 maybe, because yeah, I really love spice, so that's why I went for the times 20, but I've tried the times 10 before and that was not mild to me, so that's why I went for this one. So what I went with in the end was the kuruma ebi, which is a Japan fresh shrimp. So I have the sashimi version and also the barbecue version. A very big scallop, and their specialty, which is the king crab. So I got the medium one just because, yeah, it would be good to try and see what it tastes like. Just going to try the sashimi version of the kuruma ebi. That's really fresh. And you really taste the tenderness of the shrimp, all of the sweetness that comes from it. This is really good. Okay, so I peeled it off. I think that is even better. It might just be me, but the grilled version of the sweetness on this is really even more enhanced, and you get slight smokiness and char because of the barbecue and the way they grill it. So yeah, pretty perfect bite as well. Moving on to the scallops. Okay, so it's huge, as you can see even next to me. So I'm going to taste some of the juices. It's salty and tastes so much of the sea. Let's take a fresh bite of this. That is a really good scallop, and I've had some fresh ones like previously, but this one really hits a spot because whenever they grill it right on in front of you and serve it to you in less than a minute, as in from the grill to your mouth, wow, that's just another level of succulent, and it's just extremely tasty. Also a very sweet seafood, and yeah, you really taste the sea, a little bit of saltiness, sweetness, and you get this umami and savouriness that just fills your mouth that, wow, I'm really loving this. Okay, on to the main event, which is the king crab. So you can see this is actually pretty huge. Okay, so crack it open, and you can just pull the meat out. You can still see it's piping hot. Just look at that. So just gonna try this without anything. This is the first time I'm actually having this. Okay, now that is really good. It's really another word for it again. It's sweet, it's succulent. You really get this punch of crab in your face, and wow, it just coats your mouth so perfectly. Okay, this is, and some of that is just piping hot off the grill in cold weather. This is just amazing. So if you're here, you really should try it. I got the medium version, which is slightly cheaper because yeah, the large and XL, they're probably bigger and a lot more meat on them probably, but yeah, it's a little bit more expensive, and I'm here alone, so that's why I just grabbing a small one. Now this is one of my favorite snacks here in Kuromon. Like, you probably can get it anywhere else, but I'm so used to walking here that this is like just something that I really like to eat. So this one is the squid tempura, or hot. The tempura batter is really light and it's freshly fried, so yeah, really very good. Squid as well. And this is the egg one. It's so dense but so sweet. Like everything here is like savory with just the right amount of sweetness on it, and I'm really here for that. That is really very good. We have this little shop that sells a lot of small different dishes, and they're all very reasonably priced. I think this is like something like the mixed economy rice or mixed rice. They also have some really interesting things here, which I'll definitely have to try the next time I'm back. They have fish, a flounder, but I don't have much time, so I've already ordered the amazing Oden from here, and I'm just going to head off. Okay, so I'm back in the hotel room, and this is the Oden that we got. And yeah, before that, I actually managed to get a strawberry drink that, yeah, from Daiwa Kaien, so fruit and cake. And as you can see, I drank a little bit already, but this is actually so refreshing, so sweet, so good. Yeah, it was all I could do to control myself from finishing it before I actually came back to the hotel room. And yeah, let's dig into the Oden. I opted to take away because yeah, running out of time, need to head to the airport pretty soon. But yeah, let's try it. So this is the round fish cake. That's really interesting. The first taste, there's actually a slight smokiness to it. I think they actually maybe charred it a little bit or fried it somehow, because you can see that the edges are a little bit charred. But this is really very good for a fish cake. And then we also have the tofu. So it's actually a pretty humongous piece as well. Surprisingly, everything here is pretty big. I'm actually very surprised by that. That is delightful because it's been soaking up all the broth inside the pot for so long. You actually, when you bite into it, the soup actually squirts out into your mouth because of the tofu absorbing all of that broth, and yeah, that's just a very good bite, and it's perfect for this really, I think I've mentioned it, cold weather. Then we have the chikuwa. So it's also a type of fish cake, but this one is a lot bigger, as you can see. Usually the chikuwa I have is probably something like this small for Steamboat and maybe some of the different restaurants. But yeah, I'm gonna bite into it, and I hope I know what to expect, because as you can see, there's this little like parchment or skin thing that's falling off a fish cake. So yeah. Okay, the chikuwa is definitely a lot sweeter than the first fish cake that we had, and yeah, I like it. I really knew what to expect because it's chikuwa, just did not expect it to be so big. I do wonder if it's so big because it's been sitting in the broth for so long that it absorbed all that broth and expanded. That'd be interesting. Anyways, so the last thing I have here is the radish, and wow, it is almost fall apart now, as you can see, and it's just dripping with all that sweet broth. This is definitely going to be good Japanese radish. Yep. So surprisingly, it seemed like it's going to fall apart, but it maintains just enough of that sturdiness and that little bit of texture to it, so you can tell that it's a radish, and yeah, you actually get a slight bite to it even when it's like this, almost falling apart, but actually I can get a good grip on it. So that's actually really good as well. Definitely give all of these things a try if you're around in Osaka. And if you have any suggestions, definitely love to try it again, because I'll be coming back again in a month, I think. So yeah, hopefully get to spend a little bit more time here. But anyways, that's been, I want to say, 14 hours, 16 hours here in Osaka, and I'm running off to the airport now.